What if death isn't the end, but just a transition? What if your consciousness continues beyond your physical body? For centuries, humans have asked one fundamental question: what happens after we die? Religions promise an afterlife. Science leans towards annihilation. But modern physics and philosophy suggest something far more fascinating. Let's dive into what death really means, and whether it might not be final after all. We're taught that our brains create consciousness, that when the brain stops, so do we. But what if that assumption is wrong? Max Planck, the father of quantum mechanics, said, "I regard consciousness as fundamental. I regard matter as derivative from consciousness." This suggests that consciousness isn't created by the brain. Instead, it exists first, and the brain simply receives and processes this information. Think of a radio. The music isn't inside the radio. It's being broadcasted from somewhere else. If the radio breaks, the signal doesn't vanish. The receiver is just no longer functioning. Could the same be true for you? If consciousness is fundamental, could something of you continue after the brain stops working? Physicist Erwin Schrödinger, famous for quantum theory, suggested that consciousness is not localized to individual bodies, but part of a larger universal field. Neuroscientist Carl Pribram found that memory behaves holographically, meaning that memory may not be stored in one specific place in the brain, but spread throughout a greater system. So if memories, thoughts, and experiences aren't just stored in the brain, could they be part of a larger reality, one that doesn't die with us? If the universe is a self-learning intelligence, maybe death isn't an end, but a transformation. Many scientists now entertain panpsychism, the idea that consciousness is woven into the universe itself. Sir Roger Penrose, a world-renowned physicist, proposes that consciousness resides in quantum structures within the brain, structures that could, upon death, release consciousness back into the fabric of the cosmos. This means that while the body dies, awareness may not completely disappear. Instead, it may return to a larger field of consciousness. Could it be that death is not a full stop, but a comma in a much greater story? People who've had near-death experiences describe something strikingly similar, such as a feeling of profound peace, a sense of expanding beyond the body, or encounters with a greater intelligence or infinite light. If the source of the universe is infinite, and if consciousness is fundamental, then perhaps we are part of something eternal. The universe is not physical first, it is mind first. And if the mind is infinite, our consciousness is a part of that infinity. So maybe death isn't the end. Maybe it's just a shift, a return to the infinite creative source from which we emerged. So, is death final? Well, if the universe remembers, if consciousness is not bound to the body, if existence itself is a cycle of transformation, then maybe death is not the opposite of life. Maybe it's simply a doorway to something greater. What do you think? Is death the end or just the beginning? Let us know in the comments below. And watch our next video where we explore the deeper mysteries of consciousness and the universe.